Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Men of Yoshiwara Ohgiya. And last time we got Takagawa's super happy ending, and now we're going to get his happy ending. So we are just going to start in chapter 10, and we are going to skip through everything, and we're going to choose our opposite choices, just to kind of get us through so we can get just our normal ending, hopefully. And then we will do our sequel and our date scenario afterward. And then we'll be done with his route. So we will do the... Are you okay with this? Sorry. Takagawa, are you really okay with this? His scowl deepened when all I did was ask. That woman has nothing to do with me. Why should I care what happens to her? She deserves what's coming to her for abusing Samuki and me. Maybe, but... Why are you defending a criminal? His eyes darted around madly. Okay. Sorry if my voice is off. I was out this weekend. We celebrated... Not this weekend when you're seeing this, but the weekend before I recorded this. For my mom's birthday. We all got together, and we went out, and we had a great time, but when you go to places that are loud, you're like loud, and my family's loud, especially when people have been drinking, and then we're loud, and then we're out at bars, loud, and now my voice is just like fucking shot. So like, oh my god, so we're gonna do nothing. I didn't know what to do. The silence continued for some time. Okay. So. We're getting closer and closer to Kakuto. I'm so excited about that. We get to do Asagiri next. This was a good one, though. Oh. I forgot about that CG. No, we don't want to do that. So, dry goods store Takagawa. Okay, so. This is our, yep. I'll be going now. Wait for me. Mother wants me to come with you today. Takagawa, rather, Motochika and I had officially become husband and wife. His new job was coming along just fine. So, in the super happy ending, his job is basically like wearing our clothes and making them look fabulous in Yoshiwara for people to sell them. And now he's got a different job, I guess? Or maybe now, I don't know. However, my mother still had one niggling concern. I mean, like, dry goods sounds like he's working somewhere else. You know what I mean? What for? I'll be fine on my own. Motochika grunted his displeasure with a sour face. My mother is worried because you always come back so late. I'm not cheating on you if that's what you think. That's not... It's just... I got it. I talk too much, so you want to keep an eye on me? Yes. Come on, Spacey. Time to go. Motochika reached out and caressed my hair. With his hand on my back, he nudged me forward so we could leave. Although, I mean, to be honest, there ain't no men on this island. Again, whatever. But, so, like, it would be really easy for him to cheat on you. Like, really easy. He could have whatever he wanted. That's... Thanks for putting that in my head, Takagawa. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Now I'm gonna be like, what? They don't really love me. Is that a leaf flapping around in the tree, buddy, or is that a birdie? I think it's a bird. He's bobbing up. You see the birdie in the tree bobbing around? Sorry, it was kind of distracting. I was like, what the fuck is going on out there? Bird's like literally like bobbing up and down. It looks weird. But it looks kind of like a leaf flapping in the wind, but it's... No, it's birds. I'm pretty sure... Are there a couple of them? What is going on out there? Maybe it's a woodpecker? I don't know. I can't tell. It's too far away, and it's a brown bird on a brown tree. It's like... It's really distracting. Sorry, anyway. With his hand on my back, he nudged me forward so we could leave. Every time Motochika went to the pleasure district for work, he came back so late. He got so caught up with talking, even sending Musashi out to fetch him didn't help. He works in the pleasure district still? I mean... Mother didn't appreciate that since she insisted Musashi's job was to protect me only. However, her complaints were few and far between since he brought in so much money. Together, we entered Yoshiwara and had come to the entrance of Ohgiya. Is he still a courtesan? Wait, I'm really confused.
Hey, a courtesan Takagawa.
Returning from some errand, Ohgiya was the first to run into us. You look like you're doing well, Ohgiya. Or Ohgiya's just calling him courtesan Takagawa even though he's not a courtesan anymore. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, thanks. Who are you seeing today?
His innocent, carefree smile was still the same as always. It warmed and filled my heart with a pleasant feeling. Gakuto sent us a letter that he wants a new outfit. Ah, okay, so it is work-related, but he works for us. But it seems weird.
Really? Okay, I'll go tell him you've arrived.
Or do you just want me to escort you to his room? Ohgiya looked puzzled, as if unsure what the correct behavior should be. I found it amusing, and a smile seeped onto my face. Tell him we're here, would you? I'm just an outsider now.
An outsider? Don't say that. You'll always be a brother to us.
Ohgiya did as was asked and relayed a message to Gakuto. We get to see our precious, beautiful Gakuto again. Soon we were taken to his room. Doing well, I see. I'm fine, yeah. Brought company today. Ah, God, I love this man so much. Thank you for doing business with us. I bowed politely as I entered the room. At his side, Ohgiya beamed a bright smile at me. Oh, we brought some fabrics that we think will suit you well. And then again, she did all the work. I hope you're satisfied with the selection. Motochika jutted his thumb at me while wearing a sheepish smile. You always do such a fine job. Let's see what you've got. For some time, we discussed what type of outfit he was trying to assemble. Motochika talked nearly the whole time, clearly enjoying it. Just watching him become so animated made me smile. Soon enough. Well, I guess we should be going. And next time you see us, we'll have your outfit. Sounds good. Aren't we going to need a kimono for your deflowering? Oh, aren't you going to need a kimono for your deflowering? Motochika asked with a smile as he stood up. Nothing gets by you. Look, he looks like he's conspiring. Come here. Let me tell you something. Like, how in the world did you find out about that? Wouldn't want you for an enemy. Gakuto grumbled though a smile creased across his face. You hear all sorts of rumors in Yoshiwara if you just keep your ears open. Right. I'll bring a selection for Ohgiya the next time you come. You won't be disappointed. Ours is the best. Ours? My face flushed red and became searing hot. Feeling incredibly embarrassed, I stared down at the ground. Isn't that swell, Ohgiya? I know much how you love her clothes. Eavesdropping again, are we? I was just passing by. I never said I loved it. Ohgiya fidgeted with a rosy face as he tried to defend himself. Don't worry. Weren't you impressed with the phoenix kimono I wore for the procession? Yeah? Well, we'll make you something that puts even that to shame. Think we can handle it, Spacey? Yes, certainly. Wow, thank you. On our way out, we stopped by Asagiri's room. Inside, we found... Is Smokey here already? We sold him already? Oh no, that's depressing.
It's brother and Spacey.
Samugi jumped up from helping Asagiri and his face lit up with joy. And just stopping by. Sorry to bother you. A long time no see. At first, Samugi had lived with us for some time. Oh, this is so harsh. Much to our surprise, he soon developed a firm resolution. He had decided, now that he was old enough, to go and work in the Pleasure District. That fantastic place filled with beauty. That place where his beautiful brother was number one. Samugi wanted to be just like him. Both sorrow and passion loomed in his determined eyes when he told us. How is Samugi doing? Causing any trouble? He's a good kid. Much better than you. What was that? I always worked hard and did my job. But unlike you, he's kind and honest. You should see him. He picks up songs and manners in a flash. It's incredible. That's my brother for you. And didn't I just say that you're totally different? Asagiri chuckled.
Asagiri, I think you're overestimating me.
Samugi said bashfully. When Motochika saw that, he smiled and squinted his eyes fondly. So, Asagiri, do you think he's got what it takes to be #1 in Yoshiwara?
Huh?
If he puts his mind to it, it's not out of the question.
Asagiri.
The small boy smiled gleefully, all while he blushed like a tomato. Was Samugi really happy with his life here? Would he be happy with this choice when he grows up? It wasn't a question I could answer, but the warm smile he wore was enough of an answer for now. Hopefully that wouldn't change. After much idle chit-chat, we roamed toward home while the sunset blanketed the ground in orange. I was supposed to make sure you got home early. Didn't do a very good job, did I? But it's not like we gossiped the whole time, right? That's true. We got some new business out of it. Everyone was so excited to throw in ideas for Ohgiya's new kimono. Thanks to you listening to rumors all day. Is that supposed to be sarcasm? No, I don't think so. Do you ever think about going back? To Yoshiwara? You've got to be kidding. I'm happier with you than I've ever been. Why would I ever want to leave you? Spacey, I love you. Plus, here's the thing. He's like, even if I was like, you're okay. It's like one woman that I have to deal with versus just fucking all of them. This is easier. Like, thank you for freeing me from that bullshit. Some of those women are crazy. I'm just saying. Fucking Yoko. That was her name. I forgot it earlier. Several days later, the two of us were headed to the mainland, partially to buy a few things for the business, and partially to take some time off, courtesy of my mother. So, this is the mainland everyone talks about. Yeah, it's like a dream, isn't it? It's almost like being in another world. Weird how that is. Occasionally some people from the mainland come to Yoshiwara. All of them say the same thing. It's like being in another world. That it's a place that you can forget reality and sink into a dream. For me, at least, being over here is like a dream. Yeah, I'd have to agree. A refreshing and lively smile pulled his lips. This bird, freed from his cage, gave me a compelling nod. We quickly went to work and got our errands out of the way. The rest of the time we spent loitering about the area. The mainland had so many interesting buildings and attractions that captured our eyes. One store we stopped in was full of stylish and exotic clothing. The more I saw, the more I thought I could use for my own work. I'm heading to that next store. Okay. But he suddenly grabbed my arm and pulled me along with him. I'm still looking at these. It's good you're picking up ideas, but let's just have fun for a while. He twisted around to face me with a smile as he pulled me ahead. The expression on his face, it was carefree and jubilant like a peppy young boy's. My heart leapt in my chest from that pleasant surprise. Motochika then dragged me into a store. It's so wonderful in here. They're fucking adorable. It was as if a box of treasures had been dumped on the shelves. Small trinkets and jewels sparkled from wall to wall. Even the stores on the mainland are like a dream. I know. What's this? I reached out and grabbed a sparkling clasp. Oh, that? It's called a brooch. A brooch? It was a tiny accessory that shimmered in my hand as the light struck it. I'd seen a few women wearing these with their exotic clothes. Interested in it? No, I prefer wearing kimonos anyway. Who made the rule that said you couldn't wear it with one? See? Takagawa said while attaching the brooch to my chest. Just adding that little brooch made me look so stylish. Does it look funny on me? You know, I bet if you wear it, everyone's gonna want one. You're a clothier, so all the girls will think it's a new trend. You think? I bet you could make a fortune selling these. We sell clothes, remember? Motochika laughed at my reaction. At most, we sell tops and pinwheels. But that's only for the children who come with their parents. I picked up a couple fancy-looking tops that were within my reach. Are those decorative? They look special. I wonder. Look how cute they are when you put them together. It's adorable. When I lined them all up together, a warm, fuzzy feeling filled my insides. And then, Motochika took my hand and clasped it between his. Do you remember? What? When I asked you to never change, to not be like my mother. I looked up at his face as it clouded with sadness. Spacey, what would happen if you gave birth to a son? Would you still be as happy as you are now? Of course I would. Any child of ours I'd love until the end of time. I knew you would say that, but I wanted to hear it. Sorry for bringing it up. It's okay. You don't have to be sorry. Spacey, will you bear my child? Fuck no, dude. You're ruining this. I mean, she's just like, her duty to have a kid, so like, bleh, but like, I need an answer. Do we have to talk about this in public? Would you rather I ask tonight when we're in bed? Well, what's your answer? I remembered back to the beginning. The haughty, proud smile he had was the same one he wore the first time we met. However, I loved that smile of his. That smile and voice that stole my heart away. Of course. Spacey. And now she's moaning. It's probably because he's surprise kissed. Right there, in the middle of the store, he kissed me right on the lips. I twisted and turned in his arms to escape, but inside, my heart didn't want it to end. Everything about that man I loved. Nothing could come in the way of my feelings for him. Except Gakuto. And that night, we affirmed our love for one another to our heart's content. Of course we did. And probably got pregnant. Alright, sequel. Sequel. Cat. So we got a cat. Okay. One day, well into the evening, business was dying down and the shop was about to close. Along with Motochika and our helpers, we all started putting things away. But then...
Brother, Spacey!
Okay, so this is during the super happy ending before Samuki gets underway. Samuki hollered out from the entrance, having returned from some errand. How many times have I told you not to cause a scene in front of the shop? I looked to my side at Takagawa, wondering what it could be. He sighed, quickly losing his patience. She called him Takagawa, but didn't earlier she call him Motochika, like literally in the same part? Maybe I'm crazy.
Come on, hurry!
What do you think he wants? I bet it's nothing important. Motochika, see? Okay, she did. Motochika sighed again and set down the items he was carrying. Samugi, if you got something to say, get in here. He shouted out towards the entrance. In just a few moments, Samugi came in, trampling through the shop. Brother! Oh, quiet down, will ya? All this racket isn't good for the store.
Sorry.
Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed Samugi's kimono was bunched up at the sleeve. So, what is it?
Meow. On my way back, I heard this girl crying. I think she's hungry.
Let me see. Samugi gently unraveled his kimono and rolled it open. Meow. My voice is broken. I can't meow. In his arms was an adorably cute cat, patched with spots of black and white.
How cute! Isn't she? Can we keep her?
I wonder. I'm sure Mother wouldn't object as long as she doesn't cause problems with work. What do you think, Motochika? What is it? I glanced up at Motochika, whose expression seemed very peculiar. He was frowning, but not saying a word. Motochika? Give me the cat.
Okay.
Motochika plucked the cat away from Samugi and held it in his arms. And then... his face instantly changed to one of delight. Motochika, could it be that you love cats? I do. I always used to play with the strays roaming around Yoshiwara. Oh, really? The cat purred as he cradled it in his arms. It seemed to know it was in safe hands.
I think she likes you.
Me too. Lady. We should call her Lady.
Lady?
Yeah, doesn't she seem noble to you? Reminds me of the cat Lady Miyobu from the Pillow Book. Pillow Book. Miyobu. Motochika I never knew you loved cats so much. Animals are cute and innocent. Who doesn't love them? So we found some food for the cat and prepared a bed for it. However, only a few hours later... Spacey! Motochika! Startled by my mother's hellish scream, we dashed out to find her. This is terrible! Look what happened to the fabric! What? It appeared that some of our goods had been torn to shreds. Of course my mother blamed it on the cat. She demanded that we get rid of it at once. However, we felt too guilty to put it out on the street during the night. What we did was tie a leash to her and keep her in the room. The cat didn't seem to have any complaints and curled into a ball in the corner of the room. Meow. After a meow and a great big yawn, the cat lied down to sleep. I can't imagine she did it on purpose. She's just like a child. They don't know any better. You're right. But it'll be impossible to keep her if she's hurting the business. That's what I was thinking too. Takagawa gently stroked the fur on Lady's back. His eyes were drowning with sorrow and pity. Seeing how peaceful the cat looked and how much it meant to him, I sighed. Was there anything I could do to keep these two together? Spacey, we should sleep too. You must be tired. You too. We crawled into bed and into each other's arms. His loving embrace was my bliss, my comfort. Motochika, I'll convince my mother to keep her. If she stays on the leash, there's nothing to complain about. I wonder... Motochika muttered painfully as if remembering something. He hugged me even tighter than before. And then he placed a kiss on my forehead. I don't think Lady would run away even without the leash. It's like a cage with it on. You can't go anywhere. Do you think she wants to be free? What do you think is better? Being captive but not having to worry about shelter and food? Or being free but always hungry with no place to stay? It's hard to say. Either have their merits. I know. If only cats could talk, we could ask Lady herself. You just don't let her in the shop, you just keep her in the house. Yeah. I sank into his broad chest and nuzzled my nose against him. All of this was depressing to think about. Which would Motochika have chosen if he could in the past? I knew it was silly, but I couldn't help but wonder. What's wrong, Spacey? He asked while gently stroking my back. I looked up at him. It was just in time for his tender kiss to softly touch my lips. First it was one, then many, as if only to reassure we were here for one another. His kiss drowned out my worries. It made me realize that the present was more important than the past. Sorry. I've been thinking. About what? I want to at least find her a place to live. I'll look for someone that can take care of her tomorrow. But are you okay with that? Why wouldn't I be? Because you love her so much. I didn't think you could stand letting her go. Well, I've already got a lady that's more important. Motochika buried his face in my chest to be funny. That tickles! But I kind of like this. Motochika! Maybe it'll be even better if I do it on bearskin. His hand slithered between the seams and crawled across my skin. And then, as he squeezed the tender and soft lump on my chest... my bosoms... Meow! Lady was staring right at me. Even though she was just a cat, I felt embarrassed. That night, like many others, I fell the victim to Motochika's love. Motochika's love. It just sounds so wrong. The next morning, we just entered the shop to begin work when... My mother wore a haunted expression as she sighed. What's wrong, Mother? Spacey, Motochika, the fabric... This is awful. In her hand, she held a tattered and useless cloth, bitten to pieces. A terrible thing, considering it happened yesterday, too. It's rats. But I thought it strange. Lady had been on a leash in my room all night. Motochika and I exchanged glances. Then, he snapped his head up as if having a revelation. These teeth marks, it's mice. Mice? This happened once before in Ohgiya. Mice got in and ate a bunch of clothes. The marks on this are pretty much identical. Mice! Seriously? She hugged her own shoulders, shivering in disgust when a tiny shadow scrambled past my feet. Mother! Ah! She leapt high in the air with fright. Using that time to escape, the mouse scampered away and about the room. Motochika frantically chased after it. The little guy is fast. It was the first time I'd seen one, and I had to agree. But then... I'll never catch it. Tsumugi, go grab Lady and bring her here. Motochika shouted out desperately as his skirmish with the mouse continued. Why didn't I think of that? Cats were made to catch mice.
I brought her. What's going on? Ew! What is that thing? A mouse?
Startled, Tsumugi dropped the leash and suddenly, Lady leapt forward with a tremendous vigor.
Meow!
My goodness! It became Lady's great battle. The way she acted yesterday, I never imagined she could move so fast. She tore across the floor like lightning, and soon, meow, the mouse had fallen. Eek! Motochika, do something about that. Right. He picked up Lady, mouse hanging limp from her mouth. My mother let out a huge sigh of relief. Are you all right? Yes, I really hate mice. And cats too? Motochika asked as he came back in, petting Lady on the head. I don't hate cats, but... Well, this proves Lady is innocent, so why don't we keep her?
Please, she's so cute.
Plus she catches the mice. Mother, please. After hearing all of us beg, she sighed and finally gave in. Fine, but only on one condition. While she's here, there better be no more mice running around. Don't you worry. Tsumugi, Takagawa, and I were all smiles. What about Motochika? Just kidding. Just love how it flips back and forth. Lady had become an official member of the Somei family. From now on, she didn't even have to wear the leash. She could roam around the house freely as she pleased. What a fat cat. She looked so happy, though. As Motochika lied on my lap, Lady napped directly on top of his stomach. It was adorable seeing her drowsy little eyes blink open and close. Whenever I lie down, she always finds her way on top of me. That's because she loves you. Just wish she wasn't so heavy. So you say, but I know you like it. Pretty much. He reached his hand out and gave her a loving rub. As if imitating him, I stroked the hair on his head. While Lady purred herself to sleep, Motochika grinned happily in my lap. Cat, Finn. Aww. All right. The date. Taking shelter from the rain. While returning home one day, Takagawa was escorting me to the large gates to see me off as usual. Okay, so this is like while he was still an escort. Oh, a raindrop spattered on my cheek. Do we have some rain coming? He looked up curiously at the sky. I hadn't even noticed the wall of ashen clouds looming heavily up above. I'd call a rickshaw to take you home, but... Oh well. By then, all the rickshaws would have stopped for the day. As if resigned to Mother Nature, Takagawa glanced upwards sorely. Let's go back to the shop. I can at least loan you an umbrella. But we haven't gone far. It won't take long if we turn back now. Takagawa snatched my hand and began marching away. His quick pace forced me into an awkward gait between walking and running. Sorry, but we have to hurry. He must have noticed how much I was struggling to keep up. He glanced back and gave me a warm smile. Hair dampened by the drizzle, his sexy look made my heart flutter. Soon enough, we dashed under the cover of Ohgiya's awning. Rain pattered down on the roof, pouring heavily off the edges. It came down more than I thought it would. I know, all of a sudden. While catching our breath, we looked back out at the gloomy sky. Just then... Takagawa? My entire body lifted up off the ground, flipped into the cradle of his arms. We're all wet. At this rate, one of us might catch cold. Can you let me go? I don't need you to... Hold still. You'll be sorry if you get sick. I had no idea what he was thinking. The only thing I knew was that he wouldn't let me go. Carrying me in his arms, he rushed through the halls of Ohgiya. You're freezing cold. I looked up at his face. My eyes followed the curves of his rigid and sharp jawline. It was hypnotizing. My heart beat wildly, pounding like a drum. Was it my imagination, or could I hear his beat as well? Finally, he slowed down as we reached the destination. He had brought me to the private bath. All right, let's get these wet clothes off you. Hey, stop! He reached out and grabbed my clothes like it was nothing. Why? You'll get sick if you don't warm yourself up. But I've seen you naked plenty of times before. I mean, that's not untrue, but... Did he have any idea how embarrassing it was to hear that? My cheeks blushed a rosy red. Spacey, just do as I say. No, it's too bright out to be undressing in front of a man. A man? I'm your husband. But I've told you before, your body is stunning. It's such a shame that you hide it. His whispers stroked the flames of passion in my heart. Stoked the flames of passion in my heart. Well, stop teasing me. But it's the truth, he said while shrugging and shaking his head. Then, as if struck with an idea, he suddenly started ripping off his own clothes. I turned away immediately. However, fine, how about now? Look at me. Takagawa. Oh, look, his tattoo comes over the front too. Damn, his mom got really intense with that tattooing. Will you take off yours now? He asked with a smile. With his beautiful body before me, I didn't know what to do. Stare. But then, I saw it. His black scar that tore from shoulder to shoulder. He wanted to hide it so much, but here he was, showing it to me. Well, here's also the thing, like, it's on his back. Okay, whatever. So, are you telling me that, like, he kept his clothes on and just, like... You would have seen this, even if he didn't completely take the kimono off or anything, right? To hide his back, because, like, mirror, you would have, like... But, like, you'd still would have seen it on his chest. Not complaining, because this is a nice sprite. I'm just saying, the logistics, whatever. I guess I don't want to catch a cold. That's right. Takagawa reached out once more for my clothes. This time he smoothly peeled them off me and took off my sash. My breath quickened. It was because he stood there just staring at my naked body. That alone was enough to make my heart beat faster. See? You're shivering. Yeah. His warm hand graced my chilled skin with a soothing touch. You should have listened to me sooner. Sorry. Better warn you up pronto. He smirked. That smile caught me off guard and sent a shiver of emotions down my spine. His hand slipped behind my back, and once again he lifted me up. Takagawa, I know how to walk, you know. But this way is warmer, isn't it? He was right. His toasty skin on mine denied all cause for complaint. A bath is a bit hot, though. With me still in his arms, he lowered himself slowly into the water. Even as I sunk in, he still refused to let me go. You alright? Yeah. Then why do you keep staring away? Because I was embarrassed. Too bad there wasn't enough steam to hide everything. You're such an innocent girl, aren't you? It's normal to be embarrassed. Really? I wouldn't know. I've never bathed with a woman before. So I'm your first? And that's what I'm saying. For some reason, that made me incredibly happy. I knew it was a childish feeling, but I couldn't help it. Hey, he's your first, you're his first, and something. I mean, it's gotta count. You look happy about that. Hey, you're adorable. His fingers curled around my jaw. Slowly, he leaned in, leading with his lips. And then he stole both a kiss and my breath in one swift motion. As the kiss went on, it became deeper, more passionate. I'm not moaning. To the point where it was hard to breathe. I'm not awing either. Even though that would have just been... It might not have been like a sexy awe, but... I just can't. Just as my thoughts grew faint, it ended. It's hard to kiss in this steam. Shades of pink colored his flushed face. You think so too? Yeah, I'm not used to it. Are you gonna faint? You look all red. So do you. Our fingers reached out and touched one another's face. Wearing a grin, he gently stroked his fingers along my cheek. How about I wash your back? No thanks, I'm fine. I don't care if you're fine. I'm doing it anyway. He snatched up my hand while I hesitated and yanked me out of the bath. I was so embarrassed my whole body froze in shock. Unfortunately, that also meant he could do whatever he wanted with me. Sit down there so I can wash you. Okay. I followed along, too ashamed to do anything else. Takagawa, on the other hand, was clearly enjoying himself. It wasn't fair at all. If you get stuck in the rain, it's good to warm up with a bath. Hey, that tickles. What tickles? That spot on my back. Right here? Stop it! Oh, I found it. His soapy hands ran across my skin. As I twisted and turned from his touch, he slid up and down my back. I moaned lightly. I didn't moan, I was like, I thought it was the tickling spot, like, but I can't even make that noise right now. My voice is fucking trashed. Holy shit. It's gonna be like this for a while, so just be warned. I moaned lightly. Does it feel that good, Spacey? His hot breath whispered into my ear. He reached around me, pulling his body next to mine. Hey, stop teasing me. I'm not teasing anybody. I'm just washing your back. Takagawa snickered, failing to hold back his laughter. He was having too much fun. Fine. Now let me wash your back. I think I'll pass. Really? I'm gonna do it whether you want me to or not. What? I rubbed the soap together in my hands before reaching for him. His solid body, hard as iron, twitched when I touched it as if shaking me away. Let me wash you real good. Hey, that tickles. Just put up with it. Spacey. His body squirmed just like mine had before. Even Takagawa seemed to have a ticklish back. I put more soap on my hands and went back to work. Spacey. He bit his lip as if trying to contain himself. Maybe his back is his erogenous zone. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to show people, but I mean, that would be kind of fucking weird. Not really. I love, it's kind of like when people, brush your hair. You're like, oh my god, that feels so good. Like a fucking back massage or even just lightly oh, yeah, no, that feels good. Something about it made his face very seductive. I stopped my hands. Spacey? He turned around and looked at me, eyes verging on tears. I slid my arms around his neck and hugged him. What? Takagawa asked curiously in a meek voice. As I held on to him, I saw the black wings on his back. The bathwater must have heated his skin to the point where it showed up. I slid my hands down to touch it. He shivered slightly. I clung up to his slippery body, pulling him as close as I could. My fingers traced across his wings. I felt a rough, bumpy surface where my fingers met his scars. It looked smooth, but it really wasn't. That made it all the more precious. I can't help it. I love your wings, even if you don't. Then that makes them worth having. Takagawa's soapy hands pulled me tight. Our skin pressed together. I didn't want to let go. I wanted to hold on longer. I wanted to hold longer, closer. With that in mind, our lips naturally moved closer. Achoo! You're right in his face. Good one. Suddenly, I snapped my face to the side for a sneeze. Fortunately, I missed his face by a hair. So much for taking a bath to prevent a cold. They were out in the rain. Oh no, now I've got a cold. That's not how it works. It's not how it fucking works. A bitter smile formed on his face. It was matched by one of my own. I'm getting cold here. Alright, let's rinse off and get dressed. Eek! I can't eek, sorry. My voice. I squealed when he doused me with a splash of water. Nothing could stop the playful quarrel that ensued. But our mischievous bath time soon came to an end. Escaping the rain. That was it. Yep, so this is our happy ending CG. Oh, it's so cute. So anyway, that is all of Takagawa's route. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I did like his route a lot. Yeah, I mean, I said everything I needed to say. I'm sorry, I'm tired. But yeah, no, it's good. I think I enjoyed this one more than Kikuya. Like, I'm actually glad we did. I mean, to me, Kikuya came out first, so I feel like you don't have to do it first, but that was my natural. Like, that one came out first, we should do that one first. If they're two of the same games, you know what I mean? Especially because in this one, it's like it kind of does throw back to characters, and I feel like it's better that you wouldn't know Takao, you wouldn't know Kagero, you wouldn't know any of them if you played this first. You'd be like, oh, okay, they're from the other one, but it's more fun seeing them in this, knowing who they are. But also, I think I do like the stories in this one a little bit better. I don't know. But again, it could just be because they're fresh in my mind because we're playing them right now versus Kikuya that we played months ago, you know? So, and I forget things very easily. Yeah, case in point. I played something and I didn't play for 2 days. What the fuck happened? Anyway, but yeah, so we'll do Asagiri's route next because we're saving Gakuto for the end, and like I cannot wait for that. But yeah, so we'll see Asagiri next time, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.